Okay, and we are live. Hello, everybody out there. We are welcome, first of all, to the Free to Fly online conference and fashion show. Hello, Linda. It looks like you have joined us. Thank you so much. We've got all our members here. We've got Sacha coming in now. And so everyone, thank you. Thank you for joining us for the kickoff to the Free to Fly online conference and fashion show. I'm your host for this live video, Patricia with a Y, and this is a kickoff to a 6-week 30 speaker virtual conference. And in this session, we'll cover the who, what, when, where, and why of the conference. We'll be live here for 30 to 45 minutes before we break to prepare for our first guest. Barb's Iliano will be speaking to us on confidence, and she's typical of some of the speakers that you'll be seeing in the next 45 days. We are the Freebird Project, Inc., and there's me. I am Patricia with Y, and I am the Director of Operations and the Mouth of the North, and I'm speaking from my apartment in Whitecourt, Alberta, Canada. And next up we have Carol. Carol, can you hear me? Awesome. And it is so exciting. It's so emotional. Carol is the president of the Freebird Project, Inc. That is who we are, and she was our very first Freebird. Next up, we have Linda. Linda, can you check in, please? We can hear you perfectly. Thank you, Linda. And Linda is checking in from Calgary, Alberta, Canada. And then we have Sacha, who is our treasurer, Linda being our secretary. And Sacha is our treasurer. Sacha, can you check in? And is she muted? You're muted, Sacha. Unmute yourself. Let's see if I can do that on my end. And this is the beauty of live. Thanks so much for joining us. I can see her in the corner. Let me see if I can pull her up in the proper order. There we go. And I am just going to go and check in on our live feed right now. And we're just going to redo that. Okay, sorry about this, everyone. Technical difficulties on this end. I am once again Patricia with Y, and this is the Freebird Project, Inc. Let's see if we can hear Sacha now. She, like I said, is our treasurer, and I'd love to have her join in. There we are, Carol. Carol, while we're waiting for Sacha to be able to join in, why don't you tell us a little bit about Freebird? There is a very special meaning. Okay, now I'm crying because this is so emotional and personal. So just to get back and get a little less emotional about it, we are the Freebird Project Inc. And from that tiny kernel of love that she sent out, and that is one of the things that is important about this conference, is that it began on November 25th, 2 years ago, and that is one of the reasons that this conference is running from October 10th, which is, for those Canadians in the audience, 4 of us are Canadians, 1 of us is American, Carol being the American, and the other 4 members, including myself, being Canadian. It's Canadian Thanksgiving today. And part of starting today is to give thanks for the freedom that we have achieved so far. And we've recently submitted our paperwork for to become a Canadian incorporation, so that we can do this all the business-like way, because this is a for-profit online clothing store. At least it's clothing so far. We do have plans to add other products to the store, because we do realize that, you know, this is modern hippie mama stuff. It's a magnificent clothing from Bali. Carol's been wearing it for years, and we've been blessed that the designer of the clothes, we call her Lady Redwing, because she really has taken us under her wing and given us access to her distribution channels and to her factory, so that we could begin to start selling her clothes for her as part of that, and start to create a profit. Because beyond the insane beauty of this line is that all of our efforts, we like to say a portion of our profits and 100% of our efforts are going to help survivors of toxic abusive relationships. And speaking of that, here's our secretary, Linda, who knows lots about toxic abusive relationships, and we met many, many years ago, and it's part of the magic of this whole Freebird project that brought us together again after living through our own dramas and reconnecting again as survivors. So Linda, it's your turn to tell us what Freebird Project means to you. Thank you, Linda. And Sacha, are you able to speak now to us and our audience? Let's see. Oh no. Is there, okay, let me check to see if there's a way to unmute her. In the meantime, Carol, could you talk a little bit about Lady Red Wing and her clothing line and what sort of stuff she has? Because I mean, that's part of what we are doing with this online conference, is that we do want to appeal to those modern hippie mamas out there who are going to love this stuff. Now, this isn't from our line, but it is a similar in spirit to it. I'm waiting for my order to be arriving. So Carol's been wearing these designs for nearly 15 years, according to conversations we've had together. So Carol, I'll let you take it away while I try and fix this Sacha issue. Well, we are working on the technical issue as we speak, but I did want to get into a little bit about why this conference, because that is what this is all about, this live presentation where we're experiencing these technical difficulties, is because we are using this as a kickoff to our line. Because as we have said over and over again, this is also about healing and recovery for women who have been through toxic abusive relationships. And we're hoping that through this conference, because we have brought together speakers from all over the world speaking about empowerment, nutrition, everything the modern hippie mama would want to know about, we've brought that together to bring an audience together that will like the clothes. I mean, we're trying to keep it so that we are creating not just a line of clothing, but a resource base. So women of all ages and stages and sizes in life, because that's one of the beautiful things about the Freebird Project shop line is that they do go from a extra small to a 5X. So we cover nearly the whole gamut of sizes that women can come in, because every woman is beautiful. Every woman deserves to be loved and to feel love. And, you know, all that begins with self-love. So we have some speakers on self-love. And the reason that I wanted to do the online conference is so that we could create some content. Everybody who is an online marketer would be familiar with the fact that in order to drive traffic to a site, you often need content. And we wanted to provide quality content that is geared towards that modern hippie mama who's going to love our clothes. And you can check out the clothes, the ones that we have so far, at thefreebirdprojectshop.com. Now, for those of you who are interested in the information, I swear this is going to be inspirational, informational, and transformational. Some of the speakers that we have lined up for this event are just incredible. We have topics on working from home. On Wednesday, Leslie is going to take our virtual stage and walk us through what it takes to work from home. And she's going to talk about all the possibilities from being an an employee who works from home to starting your own business. And she has lots of information on avoiding scams and everything. She's an expert, and we're so glad to have her here. Now, right after this presentation, we have Barb's Iliano will be talking on confidence, self-confidence, and developing that, which is something every woman needs, not just those of us who've been through toxic, abusive relationships. Because just because 1 in 4 American, actually North American women are likely to suffer from domestic violence sometime within her lifetime. Those are the stats. 1 in 4 women, 1 in 7 men. And it is because of those stats that we are here, freedom fighters, fighting freedom for freedom through fashion. Linda, I know that you haven't had a chance to try the clothes out yet, but I'd love to hear your first impressions of what happened when I introduced the idea to you a few months ago. And, you know, what you thought when you first saw those clothes, because I know it was quite the reaction. Oh, I believe you're muted. I can see you talking, but I cannot hear you talking. So let's see if that fixes it. Try again. And I see you. I can't hear you now, Linda. Want to try again? See if your mic is off on your phone, because you are on as far as I can. Oh, wait a second. I can see. Wait a second. Wait a second. I can change this. Okay, speak now. Yes, we can hear you now. And this is what live broadcasting is all about, ladies and gentlemen. We can hear her now. So, Linda, back to the question. What did you think when I first came with this crazy idea to you and the sassy lassies? Glasses. Absolutely. And you have actually seen the clothes because when Sacha was living there, Sacha just recently moved from Calgary to BC, and you did get to see the clothes in person. They just weren't quite in your size. Absolutely. And Sacha is back, but she still has her sound off, so we'll figure that out in a moment. Meanwhile, I did want to say about the clothes. Now, I have seen them in in real life, and I have tried them on. But it was Lady Redbird's taste. Sorry, Lady Redwing's taste that the clothes were sent in. So they weren't quite my style and colors. So I'm waiting for my style and colors to come because you know how important that is. That you have the things that make you truly feel beautiful, and they have to be the right color and size and style, and it has to fit right. And that is one thing that you will find with us at the Freebird Project Shop is we do have flyby fashionistas. Now, flyby is a saying that Carol always uses when she does her updates on Facebook and she does her updates to the groups through that Freebird. She always called her little updates flybys. And so that's where the name flyby fashionista came from, even though I am not personally a fashionista, but I do feel beautiful in the clothes that I did try on, that they were black, and I am trying to stay away from black. The ones that came in my size, they just weren't the right color, and so that is why I went to purple today. And I just wanted to speak for a moment about the necklace because this necklace actually came from the thrift store within my town, Whitecourt, Alberta. Twice is nice. Everything, all the profits from that store go towards helping fund the second stage shelter within Whitecourt. And so this is not just one thing that I talk about within our group or that sort of thing. I support the other causes that are out there for this cause of fighting domestic violence. And that's one of the other reasons that we started this whole conference running from October to November is because this is Domestic Violence Month in the United States. Now, 4 of us are Canadian, 1 of us is American, so we decided to start it during the American Domestic Violence Awareness Month and run it right on through until most of the way through Domestic Violence Awareness Month in Canada. We are running it till the 25th because, of course, that is a very pivotal day in the Freebird Project and how it got started. That's the day that our first Freebird reached out and said, I need help. Um, and if you are wanting to watch online, for those of you that are wanting to watch this online, it will be on our YouTube channel at Freebird, and I will get those links to the Freebird page as soon as I can. Being in the middle, it's a little bit difficult to play with the keyboard and coordinate it all. So I will get you live because we are going to be going off the air in about 15 or 20 minutes here, so we can get ready for Barb's Iliano, who is doing the very first of our presentations. And I was so excited about that because she is going to be talking about confidence. And to sign up for that, you can go, if you are watching, I see that we do have 1 viewer. So 1 viewer, thank you very so much for watching. And you can go and sign up to watch the next broadcast at thefreebirdproject.org/Barbara. Oh, sorry, no, Barb's. BARBZ. And if you go there, you'll be able to sign up for Barb's podcast that begins right after this one. She'll be beginning at 1 p.m. Eastern Time with her presentation on confidence. So, Carol, I see you were gone and back. I just wanted to touch on the fact that we have, you know, Steve Festival. We do have a male member of our Freebird Project Inc. He was unable to make it in for the kickoff today, but he is near and dear to our hearts. But you know him best of all, Carol. So if you could just describe Steve and how you came to know him and how he came to be our vice president. Well, I'm just in the middle. Just hold on. You keep going for another couple of seconds because we are about to get ready to dance. Okay, I'll have you, Linda, if you can take over for a minute because I'm just trying to cue the music on this end. So if you can take over for a couple of seconds while I try and find our song. And that is so true. This is so much. And you know, I thought when we first got started that we needed an anthem. This is a cause. We need an anthem. We love to dance. Carol loves to dance. She has something called music therapy, and she's going to teach us all about it. That's how she keeps that slim, filled figure that she has and everything else. And she just loves to move. Music is her therapy. And so I commissioned a beautiful, brilliant person, an amazing person, who created the song based on just an idea. And so we are going to dance. Ladies, are you ready? You can't keep me down. I'm tired of the mound. Stuck to the ground. Guess what? I found my crown. Dreams up around. We lost heads to found. So watch me fly to freedom. Sorry, I'm just a little. Watch me fly. Against the day. Could it win? My second and not a chance. We're starting over. It's time to start over. Take your emptiness. This cage bird is heading for I think you've cut my wings, but deep within my spirit sings. Now watch me as I sleep. I makes me too bad. This bird can't fly. So I am hoping that that worked and everybody could hear the music. I saw everybody dancing and I tried to get you in, but I think only Carol's dancing showed up. But this is the fun. That's our anthem, and you'll be able to download that on SoundCloud. That was the first ever playing of the new official version, because we did have a version that we do have up on SoundCloud right now. This is the slightly newer version that was created in an effort to create more diversity in the song, and it has just turned out so beautifully. I hope you'll agree with me, and I hope that you will dance with us as we wear the Freebird fashions and we live the Freebird way. And I'm going to see if I can get Sacha to speak for us. And so this is the party. This is the kickoff for the Free to Fly conference. We're going to be here for about another 10 minutes live, and then we are going to switch over so that we can get ready for Barb's at Iliano, who is coming up next. And then later tonight, we have Tanuja De Beer, who's going to be talking on breaking up your relationship with the sugar monsters. Like, seriously, how awesome is that? Wouldn't you love to? Well, I mean, personally, I'd love to keep sugar in my life and still, be healthy. But, evidently that's not possible. And so we're going to learn how to love living a life without sugar, evidently, tonight. So that is at 7 p.m. Eastern. Meanwhile, Sacha, I'm going to turn it over to you because we haven't had a chance to hear how you got involved with the Freeburn Project and why it is so very important.
Having been out of my many of my situations, and it's because I'm no longer in isolation, because I'm working with amazing people like our Freebirds members, because I'm now living out in BC, and I'm really starting to enjoy life. So that's really what we want to give back to all of the survivors, and we want to help give back to those who need to become survivors. And I mean, our messages are just so very strong, and I haven't had a chance, and I haven't done much to really speak about what I went through. So this will be a really good experience for me, going through a survivor process of my own, for everybody else who might be able to find something in it too.
Thank you so much, Sacha. I still have you on the screen because I'd like to show off is a beautiful outfit you are wearing.
Okay.
So she is wearing Freebird fashions. We will get that link to you, but that is a typical Freebird.
Wow, this is just impossible, but yes.
We have fun, right? And so, yeah, that is a Freebird. I've taken you off, so you're cool now. You don't have to be standing up and trying to fiddle with that camera. And thank you so much for joining us. For those viewers out there that are watching, thank you so much for joining us for this kickoff for the Free to Fly online conference. And if you are just joining us, this is the conference to attend if you are a modern hippie mama. Everything in this conference is geared towards becoming the best you that you can be. Like, we have a self-love, self-care, and there's even a presentation on how to find time for that self-care, because we always, women tend to put that off to the last thing. And this is about learning to put on your own oxygen mask so that you can recover and be who you dream of being on the inside. Because no matter what you go through in your life, there is an inner part, an inner child that is just bursting with the dreams that you've long forgotten. And when you do finally find that freedom, there is just so much life and joy beyond that. And I know that can be hard to believe if you're currently living in a tough or a toxic relationship, that it can be unbelievable that anybody can find so much joy and peace after, but you can, and it takes work and it takes healing, and it does not begin. I mean, one of the problems with a lot of the domestic abuse recovery programs that are currently out there is that they do acknowledge the need to leave, but the reality is leaving is just the beginning. No matter how much you've healed within your relationship to get to the point where you are confident enough to leave. We all know the statistics. We've heard them over and over. It takes a woman an average of 7 times of leaving before she can leave for good. And each and every one of those times is more dangerous than the last. Your most dangerous times in any toxic relationship are when you are pregnant or when you are in the process of leaving. The 6 months window outside of leaving, I mean, that's just where the horror stories really begin, is at that moment of leaving. And so it is part of what we do, this mission that we have, and we're doing it in a fun way, because life is not all. I mean, all of us who've been through those experiences know that there was incredible joy within those bad periods of our lives. Our children, who we escaped for, so that they can live a better life than the one that we lived through. The promise, the process that we have come up with to try and find a way to make a difference to this huge, huge problem. And I just wanted to say that part of this was inspired by a beautiful lady that I met a couple of years ago. Saw her performance, and she wrote a book called The 7 Virtues of a Philosopher Queen. And this beautiful lady, she started a perfume line with the flowers that are grown in war-torn countries. Started with Afghanistan, and she's moved to different countries that are war-torn and providing opportunities, and not charity opportunities, but genuine for-profit opportunities throughout the world by selling. Because we love to buy, ladies, don't we? I mean, us North American women, we love to buy new things and buy our clothes, and when we can do it, or buy perfumes, buying what we are already loving and into, and doing it for a good cause. That is pretty much sums up what the Freebird shop is all about. And you can see all the gorgeous designs from Bali, Indonesia at the freebirdprojectshop.com. And I am going to switch over for a moment to our beautiful treasurer, Miss Sacha, because she is looking so beautiful over there. And I will switch over to you, and then we'll get ready to wind up so that we can get ready for Barb.
Why are we switching to me?
So that I can have a drink of water in the background, okay?
Oh, okay. No, yeah, of course I'm the filler. No, I think we've got some really great things coming up. We've got some really great sessions, some of which I'm going to be able to actually host and do more of these with you now that I've figured apparently out how to work my technology. But I really do think that we're going to have a good month. We're going to get a lot of awareness out there. And oh my God, I won't lie, I'm so excited for the fashion show at the end. I love fashion. I never used to. In fact, the funny part is that those of you who know me know that until recently, I wouldn't have touched a dress with a 10-foot pole. Actually, Linda knows this of me, because we actually had an argument about wearing a dress for my wedding. Oddly enough, I ended up wearing a Freebirds dress. This dress for my wedding right here. So funny thing is I'm wearing it again. I wear it all the time. It is one of the most comfortable things I've ever owned. And the fact that I get to wear things like this while we spread such an amazing message of love and hope and recovery. I mean, I'm just in cloud 9, and I have to buy more. I have more coming. There are more things coming. So I also get the joy of like modeling things while we do these. I get to show off all of the great Freebirds wear, and I know that there's others, even in my own circle, who are dealing with struggles and who have come through struggles, or who are just freshly free of their struggles, that are going to be able to check in and follow along and really help find their own wings through this. So I just want to thank everybody for joining us. I want to thank everybody for being here. And I definitely I want to thank everybody for helping us fly.
And thank you, Sacha. We are going to wrap it up so that we can get ready for Barb, because she's coming up. So if you have not already signed up for her presentation, you can go to www.freebirdprojectshop/BARBZ and go and sign up so that we will send you the link to attend that live presentation. And I just wanted to, I promised that I would tell people part of the part that my mom inspired in this, why we have moved in this direction with the Freebird Project. And this is my mom right here. I leave her right behind me. This one little one, that one's me. And I have them behind me to remind me always what my why is. And my why is that little girl I used to be way back when, and my mother, who passed away 8 years ago. But prior, we had a conversation one day about what she would do, what her, real dream and passion and goal in life was. And she said that if she had had money, she would have opened a home for teenage mothers so that they would have a place that they could go that was safe. And so that's part of why, because she was a schizophrenic people. She was the type of person that other people would be afraid of because of her mental illness. And she endured domestic violence and emotional violence within her relationships. And that is part of my why. And why the Freebird Project is so important to me. We've come so far in the years. I'm a third-generation domestic violence survivor. We all left in our 40s, my grandmother, my mother, and I. But I am the first, proud to say that I am the first who found love afterwards. So I'm in a new relationship after the abusive one. And my grandmother and mother didn't have that same opportunity. And I just want it to be an opportunity for everyone that we can possibly touch and make that happen. And so that is why the Freebird Project shop, when you do buy from the shop, as we say, a portion of the proceeds and 100% of the effort go towards helping domestic violence survivors heal and recover. And as we grow bit by bit from grassroots to as far as this message will reach, that we make a difference one person at a time. I mean, it started with Carol. Since then, there have been, I believe, 3 free birds that have been set free from their cages and come into this world, and we are slowly moving and growing that way. I'll get Carol to wrap this up, because we are 10 minutes away from confidence. I'm going to just let you talk, Carol, and you just 1 minute. As soon as you dry those tears. My apologies, Carol. Oh, Carol, I wish we could hear you. I can hear you through we're gonna have more opportunities to. Okay, sweetie, we can't hear you. The broadcast is breaking up on your end. I hear you talking, but I can't really hear all of your words. So I am going to wrap it up, stop this live broadcast. We're going to recover from the tears, and we'll be back in approximately 10 minutes with Barb's Iliano and talking about confidence. So we're going to wrap this up, dry our tears, and get on with this party, because this is a party. We are celebrating the launch of this new line and this launch of this beginning, and the beginnings of hopefully a whole lot of ladies finding their wings, whether it is through our clothes, through our fashions, or through the speakers that we'll be sharing over the next 45 days. We have got, we're throwing everything at this, ladies and gentlemen, and we hope that you will enjoy the products, the lines, the speakers, and everything about this Freebird project. So Joe, go check us out, the freebirdproject.org, and get signed up for some of these sessions that we'll be having over the next 45 days. This is Patrysha with a Y signing off for the Freebird Project Inc. crew. We'll see you soon. Thanks so much. And let's consider this officially launched. We have kicked off, ladies. We'll see you soon.